how many flashcards should you be making while reading, watching native stuff? Separate flashcards and immersion times, just mind the whole thing. Just pick out words you think are really important. Okay, so how do you know you're making enough flashcards when you're doing native materials? Whatever your heart tells you. Good conversation. I'll see y'all later. But that actually is kind of the case. So whatever your heart tells you. Some days you're gonna have a lot of extra effort to put in, so dump it on the native materials. Yeah, that's chill. And some days you're not, so don't. It's whatever. But like really, what's the important thing is you're going through your core studies. Your core studies are always making you progress. So on that alone, you're kind of golden. So when you're doing new materials, you're constantly getting exposure to all the stuff you've already learned. So that's already doing you great. So you're seeing words you know in new context, which is very great for cementing them into your brain. So on that alone, you're already at a plus, whether you make a custom flashcard or not. You've already gotten good review in. So you've already won. And then when you reach words that you don't know, you can look them up. You can maybe try to context them out. Contexting words out will become much easier as you get further along in your studies. It might be slightly difficult at the start. So you're probably gonna have to look up a lot of words. So when you look those words up, what do you do with them? Do you make the custom flashcards or what? Yeah, if you want to make custom flashcards out of them, do it. If you don't. I generally recommend doing it, but if it's stressful to you, just look words up and then you'll be fine. And then eventually you're going to run into a couple words that you're going to have seen like multiple times, because any storytelling medium is going to use about the same words all the time. Like they're going to have especially like this core group of repeated words that whether you enter them in your flashcards or not, you're gonna remember them next time you see them. That's just how it is. Like when I'm playing Pokemon, there's the same battle dialogue or whatever, and there was like a handful of words that I knew from the dialogue, but I didn't actually ever look up. And then by the 20th time I saw them, I finally took the time to look them up, and I'm like, oh, that's what that. All right, everything makes sense now. And then it just stuck, and I never needed to put it in my custom flashcards, and that was fine. Yeah, I honestly really though, I think it does depend on what you're feeling like for the day, because if it's stressful for you, then don't do your custom flashcards, or don't make more custom flashcards. What I'm doing with ReZero for myself is right now I have a lot of stuff on my plate. I got approved for an apartment, so I have to do a lot of stuff with that, and then there's a lot of moving happening soon. So my ReZero, I normally was reading 3 pages a day. I've cut it down to 1 as a minimum because that's more doable for me and less stressful. And I don't make custom flashcards anymore, but when I'm curious about the word I don't know, I will look it up. When I'm not curious about the word I don't know, and I feel like I understand most of the sentences, then I won't look it up and I won't make a custom flashcard for it, because it's a lot of effort for me at this current moment in time. So I think you can be very lenient about your strategies and approaches towards custom flashcards. As long as you're doing your core studies, as long as you're committed to your core studies, then you're fine. You're going to be fine. Really, what we're doing is all of our studies are long-term focused. That's how we learn Japanese, is long-term, doing things we can do in the immediate in a way that's sustainable. That's really what we're doing. That's how you get fluent in Japanese, is do things that you can sustain over a long period of time and be consistent with. You don't have to go crazy with everything. How to succeed at native materials? Don't stress. You're good.